All right. Welcome to Sideboard MTG. My name's Eric, and we're back. Everything looks good. Stream's been working great in tests, so we're going to play this Jeskai Feather deck that a friend of mine, Joe Harrod, actually was like, "Hey man, I'm getting back into Magic. I've been playing around with this deck. I've been loving it." I think he played with a couple different variants of it, like Mardu and Naya. And then finally he came on the Jeskai version. I think he played Boros as well. But there was also a version in Richmond that was worth looking at. So I pulled up the list from Richmond. This is the list from Richmond right here. So you guys will be able to check that out. The link is in the description box below if you guys want to check it out. It'll take you over to manatraders if you want to rent it and play it. Use the link in the description box below. MTGO things, you know. Anyway, if you do like this kind of deck, like it feels really reminiscent to it was the little Prowler dude. I forget, man, I can't think of his name now. I had it on my mind, but now I can't think of it. It was an energy creature. There's no way. You could pump. It was 3 mana energy. This is gonna kill me. I have to find it now, guys. I have to. Artifact. 3 mana. Where's 3 mana artifact? Electrostatic Pummeler. That guy. This deck feels like an electrostatic pummeler deck, right? And I kind of like those decks. It feels like electrostatic pummeler in the way that you can just do some really, really crazy things, but not so much in the way that you're just going to make like this 20-20 and then just swing. This deck doesn't actually work that way, and if you play it with Naya, you may actually, you know, see those kind of things because you're casting like Giant Growth over and over and over again. But this particular version is not really based around that. Yeah, Pummeler. Doug's got me. But this deck's not really based around that. It's more about the 1-drops and just having really protective 1-drops, like Dive Down. It's one of the big reasons for blue. I've actually, when playing the other variants of this deck, I actually kept wanting some way to protect my Feather or protect my 10th District Legionnaire, because this guy can actually become huge. I mean, you've got some really good effects in this deck. And heaven forbid, if you play a Feather, I normally end up playing Feather on like turn 4 because I want to leave 1 blue open to be able to protect it. And if you have a Dive Down and Feather, you are pretty much protected, like, for good. If they're tapped out when you play your Feather on turn 4, you get to Dive Down on their turn. You get to recover that at the beginning of the next end step. I do want to point that out really quick. Let's flip over here so we can see Feather a little bit better. Whenever you cast an instant or sorcery that targets a creature you control, exile that card instead of putting it into your graveyard as it resolves. If you do, return it to your hand at the beginning of the next end step. So if you do wait to the beginning of an end step to, like, say, cast your, like, if they wait to their end step and then go to cast, you know, something, you won't have a Dive Down on the next turn. Like, so, let's say they go to Vraska's Contempt your Feather on the beginning of their end step, you cast your Dive Down, you're not going to actually get that Dive Down back that turn. You're going to have to wait till the next end step. So I do want to point that out. Another thing I want to point out is with Dreadhorde Arcanist, which in this deck there's not a lot of ways to pump him, even though there are a few ways to pump him. But most of the time you're just going to be getting back 1-drops, which is perfect because the deck's got 17 of them. When you have something in the graveyard and you have a Dreadhorde Arcanist and a Feather on the battlefield, when Dreadhorde Arcanist casts that card from the graveyard, then it must be exiled. Well, luckily Feather says that if you cast a spell that targets a creature that you control, exile it, which will sate the claws of Dreadhorde Arcanist, which means that then at the beginning of your end step, you'll get that card back. So if you cast your dive down, or maybe you were just, you know, casting cards like Defiant Strike so that you could draw cards, and then later you get your Dreadhorde Arcanist down and you start casting those from the graveyard off your Dreadhorde Arcanist. If you have a feather, you will then start putting those back into your hand at the beginning of the next end step, which is absolutely terrific. It allows you to pull back dive downs, you know, cards like Reckless Rage, allowing you to spend those early and then to be able to spend it again on you know, the attack phase for free is absolutely wonderful. You'll notice that most of your creatures will live through it. Technically all of your creatures will live through it, but Adanto Vanguard does require a little bit of help. You're going to have to pay that 4 life to give him indestructible, or you know, you just uptick your Gideon, something like that. You can give him indestructible with Gideon, or if you want to go that route, you can actually give him lifelink. And then, you know, maybe, you know, Defiant Strike. There's going to be a lot of times where you're going to get to cast Gird for battle multiple times, putting +1/+1 counters on up to 2 target creatures. Heaven forbid one of those creatures in Adanto Vanguard, and then, you know, the other is like a 10th District Legionnaire, because he's going to get an additional counter because something targets him as well. Feather is another really good one. It's really your only flying creature, so your only real evasion here is to use Feather. But you also have a couple other cards that I really don't like in the deck, but they make sense, right? We've got Ryle, which will deal 1 damage to target creature you control. That creature gains trample until end of turn. Draw a card. Now, I wanted something like Maximum Velocity, or you know, some other form of evasion other than this deal 1 to my creature, then it gains trample. But when you're looking for those keywords of draw a card, there's just not a lot there. So you kind of have to use a card like Ryle. But that's the majority of the deck, and the plan is to, you know, get out one of our value creatures and then continue to use our 1-drops on those creatures, and then just continue to just get value into the face. 10th District Legionnaire can, I mean, this thing can battle with Carnage Tyrants with the right draw. So you've also got a lot of really good tech in the sideboard. I keep wanting Spell Pierce. So, like, if you guys want to play around with some, you know, different tech or something like that, I keep finding that I don't have a lot of excess mana available, because if you get a Feather out, you're casting so many things, or you're wanting to leave up so much mana in order to protect your Feather or protect yourself. It really makes me want Spell Pierce, but we do have 4 copies of Dovin's Veto, which seems to do the job. It does cost a little bit more, so it slows us down in the long term, but it normally works pretty well. So we do have Dovin's Veto. We've got a couple copies of Lava Coil, which, you know, it's actually good to bring these in against any creature deck, just because you don't have a ton of removal. We've also got Disdainful Stroke and Tocatli Honor Guard. Tocatli Honor Guard's really good here, just because you don't have enter the battlefield effects, so you're not really worried about Tocatli Honor Guard, and it really shuts down, you know, the Explorer mechanics. It shuts down, you know, Venerated Loxodons and things like that. So definitely something to think about. Tocatli Honor Guard, not a bad inclusion in this deck. Now, the one I was originally like on the fence about was Saheeli, and then I started playing more Control Mirrors. And in a Control Mirror, you can you know, start getting a lot of value off your Saheeli, and I usually end up, well, not Control Mirror. This deck's not a control deck, but in a control deck, in Game 2, you'll want to bring in, or against a control deck, in Game 2, you'll want to bring in your Saheelis. Like, it just gives you a ton of extra value and allows you to attack from a different axis, if you will. It's kind of the whole point of having Gideon in the main board. A lot of the control decks have a little bit of a harder time to deal with your creatures and then have to deal with something like a Gideon on top of that. Gideon's also really good against like aggressive decks, giving your creatures lifelink and stuff. Works absolutely wonderful. But you don't have a lot of removal, so this can actually create a wall of creatures if you want to get behind that. You destroyed a Bolas's Citadel deck today with it. Oh, nice. With Honor Guard? How'd you destroy Bolas's Citadel or were they just they were just full of enter the battlefield triggers and things? So anyway, Deafening Clarion, great against these mono white decks. There's a ton of mono white getting played right now. So you know, do check that out. I mean, we've got the MPL. You know, those guys are playing right now. There's a lot of Azorius aggro floating around. So, you know, be aware of that. Deafening Clarion works wonders in that matchup. If I were going to change some of the creatures that are currently in the deck, I think that I would be interested in something like Deputy of Detention. However, in the sideboard here, we don't have many other creatures other than Kotlianer Guard and this one Lyra. So some cards that I would like to, like, maybe music lower. Is it just too loud? Okay. How about that? Thank you, by the way, Jack. If that's too loud, then we'll go from there. But anyway, I really wanted another option in the sideboard, either maybe some Baffling Ends or Deputy of Detention. Deputy of Detention would probably work really well in the deck, and I wanted Spell Pierce. Those were the two cards that, as I've been playing this deck over the past couple days, that I keep wanting. But all in all, the deck's a lot of fun, and we're gonna go jump into some gameplay. So we'll take it from here. Let's get back over and bring up chat. There we go. What's up, chat? It's an Explore deck that plays their whole deck if they don't hit too many. Okay, because they play Explore, like they just pay the life for like a Jade Light Ranger, and it gains 6 life. So okay, that makes sense. All right. Good to see me streaming. Man, it is good to be streaming. I tried to stream a couple days ago. I was running into some problems. Oh my goodness, look at this hand. Yeah. Oh, come on. We cannot keep this. This could win. We have to put that on the bottom. I mean, it's our chances of winning are slim. My mouse isn't working. Oh, yes. Sometimes, you know, when you're just good, you're good, right? That was a risky keep. You couldn't ping me for some reason? I don't know. Is Madness still here? Still here, just playing himself in Magic. Aw. Thought Erasure me. Well, there goes our 10th District Legionnaire. Let me get rid of this preview panel now that... So I wonder if he can kill the other 10th District. I mean, I don't think I have the luxury of waiting around. But maybe I do. Does this beat Mono Red, though? I have beat Mono Red with it. Does it beat Mono Red? That's really hard to say, honestly. Consistently, probably not. I'm actually going to leave that on top. That Gideon will be pretty sweet. The deck can easily outrace Mono Red, and I've played quite a few games with it, so I have run into a lot of Mono Red. And I don't fear them with this deck, but the problem with this deck is there's not a lot of removal. Against Mono Red, you are kind of racing from the gate. But most of the time you can win, especially if you can play around with... Well, that's going to be a problem. How big do we need to get here? I'm just doing this so that I can grow my creature to be large enough to attack into this Kefnet. I mean, do we take 4? I think I do this. And then we just make the 10th district indestructible. Maybe I should have swung and then like left open dive down. I mean, if he comes after Gideon here, what do we do? We'll see. We'll just see what he plays. Hey, Magic players, Nosferatu. What's up, Nosferatu? What? I'm gonna I don't want to sacrifice. I'll sacrifice a planeswalker. I think it's easier to keep the 10th district legionnaire alive than I do the. All right, so this is instant speed. There's no way he blocks, right? He blocked. I think I have to dive down. It feels real bad though, right? Yeah, I'm gonna dive down. We'll kill the Caffenet. I'll take another Gideon. I mean, I could have double Reckless Rage the Kefnet, right? And then been swinging for 6. Which would have left me with a protection spell available. No, it wouldn't have, because I would have had to discard it right here. That would have happened. Yep. That's a thing. I hope he can't remove this. He paid life for that. What is going on? Oh, this is huge, right? Ugin the Ineffable. Well, we're effed. Was that much? It was a little much. Yeah. Yep. I got effed. Oh. Alright, Gideon. The problem is the opponent will have a Gideon. This was a mulligan to what, 5? You just can't motivate yourself. So Madness wants to try to get into Arena but can't motivate himself. I got a chance to play some F&M this last weekend, and it was a lot of fun. I got to go to F&M. I pretty much had to build my mono blue deck off the wall, just because I haven't played Paper Magic in so long that I didn't have a standard collection. But that's going to be a lot of fun, getting back into F&M. I'm going to try to do some recordings or something like that. I wanted to bounce around a lot of the different places, but I think I need to get me a better deck before I do that. Went 3-1 with the pieces of mono blue that I could find off the wall. Easier said than done to build mono blue. Couldn't even find like essence captures, for crying out loud. It was crazy. So maybe that's the testament for the place that I went, that if you can't build mono blue off the wall, then you know they don't have much stock. Rile. All right, let's get riled up here. Draw a card. He's going to gain trample. Dreadhorde Arcanist. Seems like a thing, right? Thing? Is this a thing? I mean, we'll give it indestructible for funsies, right? Funsies. It's a word. It's a word. We're gonna attack Ugin because I want to get rid of that guy. So he blocks so he can draw the card, but Ugin will still die. We need a feather. I had to put one on the bottom at the beginning of this game too, so. Have apple so you can't arena. You know what, Jack? That is actually horrible because you're supposed to be able... Like, Arena was supposed to be one of those games. It was on, like, Unix or something like that software, which is available, like, should have made the game available all the way around, you know? This could be good if it lives to combat. I'm gonna go with indestructible. We're gonna go at Gideon. We're gonna go at Gideon. What are we getting back here? We want Defiant Strike? Yeah, I think Defiant Strike is what I want, because Defiant Strike will allow me to see. I just wanted to draw a card, right? That's the reason I picked Defiant Strike. I should have known that I was picking Defiant Strike before I swung, and then I wouldn't have wasted the extra point of damage at Gideon, right? Because I could have killed him just by Defiant Strike on Gideon himself. What is going on? Commence! Oh no, that's a thing, right? Is it a thing? See, I should have put it on Gideon. Then what would he have done? We do get Defiant Strike back now, though, which isn't bad. I assume that our Gideon's gone here, though, right? So if he swings at Gideon, we duress me. There goes Defiant Strike. Don't kill my feather. Does he gain life here? Life link. Yep. A handful of cantrip spells and feather equals happiness. It does. It does. That is the equation that equals happiness right there. Drawing cards. Like I hate the card Rile, but it's necessary. It's the only one that'll target your creature and says draw a card. So you pretty much just like have to have it. Hey, there went our Gideon. Now we get our lands. Okay. That's fine. Let's just swing. I'm not swinging at Gideon. I should have swung at Gideon, right? Should have swung at Gideon. Look at this. I mean, he's got a 9/9 for crying out loud. Defiant Strike. I'm being defiant. Oh, look, a dive down. All right. So let's just wipe this up. We'll move on to the next game. Mankind. That's a pretty cool name. Instead of Mankind, Mankind. Alright. Jump into another game. So let's read chat here while we're waiting. It was an ad on YouTube 8. I think it was a Tolarian Community College video. Well, Jareth Miles says, glad to see it up and going. I assume he means the stream. Thank you very much, Jareth. How's everything working for you guys? Like, I do still have internet service provider coming out to bring some more equipment, do an installation and stuff. But right now I think we're maxed out at 720p, which you should still be able to read the cards. We'll see. I'm gonna keep this hand. This hand looks great, honestly. Yeah. Okay, so that changes things a little bit. That means that I want to go Dreadhorde Arcanist on 2. I think that's the right play, even against Azorius. Yeah, I'm going to go for it. Dreadhorde Arcanist on 2. Because if I can tempt these District Legionnaire on 3, and then I can you know, cast something like a Defiant Strike, then recast the Defiant Strike off the Dreadhorde Arcanist, then we're in a good spot. Or they just syncopate it and I don't get to do anything. So yeah, whatever. The move has been great. Had a we've had we've had some ups and downs. I mean, like moving into a new house is always problematic. We've had to put Wi-Fi extenders up to even get phone service in the bedroom. Like, I mean, because come on, who wants to lay in bed and not be able to check their phone, right? Like, for real. What have I done? Let's go white, red, 10th district, legionnaire. And I think I will go ahead and Defiant Strike him just to draw a card here against the Esper deck. I mean, just putting it on the stack, we're going to get at least 1+1/1 counter. He's got haste, so we should be able to get in for a couple points unless he's got like Baffling It or something. Lamp is currently damaged. I want that land. Probably don't need that land, but I want that land. It just means I get to do two things next turn. Like, even if I want to Gideon and Gird for battle, I can do that. Getting Gideon down's probably going to be pretty good. I may actually end up swinging before I try to play Gideon. Or not. Nope, we're just going to... Does he got Spell Pierce? Oh. I mean, he's got Dovin Veto. I don't think he would run Spell Pierce and Dovin's Veto. How wrong am I? Super wrong? Not wrong at all. Look at that. Do we gain life? Go Vigilance so it's not tapped. I don't think I need to gain life, right? Let's go ahead and just go for a big hit here. Ooh, yeah. Love that. Yeah, so we'll just swing 5. Not a bad little hit. Now our Gideon also swings for 5. We're technically presenting lethal next turn. Got to worry about Settle the Wreckage, but we're not presenting lethal, but we have lethal in hand. Was it the settings? Yes, it was the settings. NVIDIA put out new encoder settings and a new letters I can't remember enumerator. Whatever. Anyway, NVIDIA put out some new stuff, and I needed to update some drivers and a couple other small things needed to be done. That's right, he milled me with a dive down on top. Oh, he scoops to it. He just scoops to it. That's right. Get there. But yeah, the big one was I changed my bite rate down a little bit, which brought us down into 720 KB. It's a lot smoother, so, or sorry, 720 p high definition instead of 1080. I'm not streaming in 4K, but I mean the game itself's not in 4K, so like, even if I streamed in 4K, you wouldn't get 4K, you know. Got to get the hardware / software done first. Right. Like I should have been like staying on top of updating my drivers and stuff. So, I did see some creatures, but I don't know if it was enough to make Reckless Rage really worth it. I don't necessarily think that I'm going to need Ryle either, even though it is card draw. I'm going to take the Ryles out. I'm really interested in bringing in some Dovin's Vetoes here. And then maybe even Disdainful Stroke. It may also be worth it if he is going to like try to counter some stuff, to try to bring in some Saheeli. I don't know how controlling this deck is, but normally when I do start bringing in the control spells and more spells that don't actually target my creatures, I will drop 1 Feather. And then the next thing to go is normally Gird for battle, because it doesn't have those 3 magic words on it, you know, draw a card. After that, I think I'll just Probably just cut back a little bit on like cards like Defiant Strike and Reckless Rage. I could cut more Reckless Rage, and if I did that, I would probably have to bring in Deafening Clarion. So like if I just went for keeping the Defiant Strikes and brought in Deafening Clarion, I could just cut all 3 Reckless Rage and go that route, especially since I have cut a Feather already. So that might be worth it. I'll tell you what, I'll cut 1 more Reckless Rage for 1 Deafening Clarion. Oh, I would still have to cut that Defiant Strike, right? Yeah, we'll do that. So, anyway, that might not be the best way to do it, but I don't know exactly what the opponent's got going on. So, don't know if I've noticed, but the new CPU and channel is back in action and working better than ever. Awesome, dude. So, you're back to streaming as well? That's great. Tier 1 Jank, everybody. Check out his channel. Man, we need some white mana. Like, does Gideon just do it? And we're not fast, but I mean, he's going to counter the first couple things. So, like, not doing anything. I'm just, yeah, we're not going that route. Charter Course could be late, but I'll keep it. Like, this is probably going to slow me down way too much. I should probably have gotten rid of that Charter Course. But we're going to go with the Glacial Fortress, just in case that we do top a land that is playable next turn. I want to be able to slam this Adanto Vanguard. Plus, I want to be able to get my white sources down quicker than I normally want to be able to get red sources. So, just a thought there as well. All right. So, we're just going to pass the turn. Real slow hand, but I didn't want to mulligan again because the hand was still playable. Oh, sweet. So that's okay. That is okay. Reckless Rage. Alright, that may not be what I needed. I can put a threat down anyway. And I like that. Maybe the threat should have been Dreadhorde Arcanist, but I would like to start pressuring his life total. And this survives a lot, so. Then make sure you go apply for it. I've actually seen some people that were in it that had less than 1,000 subscribers. I know that Wizards is actually was wanting to just get more people in the event period so that the servers are more active while the streamers are playing. So they increased the number of people they were accepting and decreased the requirements to get in. So basically, if you want to stream it, just go sign up for it. And I actually need to go sign up for the next one myself. But yeah, I've got to get me a table back here so we can set some stuff up. What, dude? I bet I don't have a mountain. I don't have a basic. I don't have a basic. 0 basics, right? That's this deck, the 0 basic deck. I just got destroyed right there. Destroyed. I have to draw a card here. Let's Defiant Strike it. Okay. Well, doesn't always go that great. Alex, what's up, man? Better idea, get bookshelves and put up all your geeky memorabilia and stuff like magic products, statues, etc. I don't have memorabilia. I've got a little bit, but not enough to fill up a bunch of shelves. All right, so I've got to pay for this. Like, we definitely lose this game if we can't manage to, like, if we lose the Adanto Vanguard, this is pretty much over, right? Like, I feel that way anyway. That's a land. It comes in tab. All right, well, we can dive down now, and we can chart a course next turn, assuming he doesn't counter it. But you know, got to work on that collection then, or get creative with it. Space it out. All right, is that what we're doing? We just space it out. Just spread it out. We can do it like Dev, throw it all in one little corner. Like, you just like pile it in a corner. Like, it look like it's a whole bunch. It was not a shot at Dev. It was not a shot at Dev. I actually like Dev's new setup. I still like the couch though. I like what he did there. I was looking at, you know, some other like views. Whoa, right? So that I could do, you know, maybe some type of deck text or something like that. And I was looking at those and I was like, maybe we can do something. But honestly, I would have to set further back. So anything I put back there would change the positioning of my desk. So I don't know. I don't know what I can put back there. Like, I guess only time will tell. Oh man, I'm going to chart a course. How are we still in this game? I'm paying the 2 life. Right? Because I'm a baller. I'm going to get rid of Reckless Rage. Maybe Deafening Clarion. Like, he hasn't done anything yet, so maybe it's Deafening Clarion. Because I can place the Healy off of the blue mana. She's really good. Okay, so not like great, but she's good. She's good. What's up, Jason? How you doing, man? We've seen on stream how the matchup goes. It's not over yet. It's not over yet. I'm going to try to spend a card here. I mean, it may not be right to spend a card, but I'm going to spend a card instead of the life. He's going to veto it, which now I'll pay the life. He's got a reliquary tower. What is this? Maybe they're mana flooding? Dude, he's got 7 cards in his hand. And this is turn 7 and he's only got 5 lands. This is turn 7! Okay? He's not flooding. He's got cards. I just don't know what the hell he's doing with them. Oh, yes. We're going to pay 2 life for that one. I actually want to see him deal with this. Like, I'm going to hang on to Feather for a moment, maybe. Maybe I don't. Like, I kind of want to get Dreadhorde Arcanus down, but I also think the opponent's like sitting around waiting for for something. I don't know. I don't know what the opponent's waiting on. Why can't I use this? Oh, it's a -2. Okay. That's why I can't use it. Yep, there we go. Like, so we're in a pretty interesting spot now. Like, I could even Defiant Strike on his turn, but I don't really want to. I really want to get this Dreadhorde Arcanist down, and then the turn after that get the dive down back. I would also like to be able to Defiant Strike at sorcery speed on a Dreadhorde Arcanist, so I could get back Chart a Course, which is great because you've already declared attack when you get Chart a Course back with Dreadhorde Arcanist. So, you guess you hold Dev to higher standards? What? Oh, come on, dude. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna take the card draw here and the extra body. Maybe he's got a lot of double black spells. I mean, dealing with Saheeli's not bad. There's another Dreadhorde. Another Acuity, or the same Acuity again. He's drawing a ton of cards. You have 76 cards left in his deck? What are we playing against? We're playing against a meme. How did I not notice this? How'd you guys not tell me about this? So we're definitely going to try to play the Arcanist. We'll bring this in tapped. Attack. I mean, it doesn't exactly even things up, but it's really, really close. I need to save some life here, though. Cleansing Nova. What a thing. Alright. Can't click it again. Clifftop Retreat. We'll go red, white, red, white. Next turn we'll try to play Feather and swing. How much better would it have? Oh, well, we don't have an opposing target for the Reckless Rage. I kind of wish I hadn't brought these in now. Mustache game is on point. Thanks, Jizz. I appreciate that, man. I was thinking personally, I was like, I think I need to wax it before stream, but I decided not to, so. Here we go. He's got 8 cards in hand. I mean, I don't expect to be able to win this game, but we'll see out. Freezing. What? On point? I don't get it. Whatever. What? What are you guys talking about? Alright. Hold your favorite content creators to higher standards. You'll find yourself disappointed in them more and more when they actually mess up. Learned that the hard way. Oh, Madness, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. I've let you down. I got you. All right. My bad, madness. Jizza? Oh. Gaza? Gaza. Um. I know it was you. Oh, it wasn't you. It wasn't me. All right. Well, whatever. I just wanna know if this guy's gonna let us kill him or not. Right? Are we there? Skylar, what's up, dude? How are you? Thanks for the comments you left on my attempt at this the last time I tried to stream this. You're not that late, man. We're still just in the beginning of a game against a control deck that doesn't want to play his cards because I think he knows he's dead. Thanks, Jizz. Oh, all right, yeah. I don't know. I somehow feel like I know yourself and Jizza and James and Jareth. It's just a lot of members of the community that I've grown quite fond to over the past year and a half of streaming with you guys. So some of you have been here a little bit longer than others, but Jizza's been here quite some time. Let's jump to another game. Hey, no. You never hate the scapegoat. You never hate the scapegoat, Jank. No. You're thankful that the scapegoat is there, that you can blame everything on them. So, no. I wouldn't mention your channel if I didn't like you, man. I don't want to do this hand again. Although this is an amazing, feather hand, if you could... I don't know. I will mulligan. It's horrible too. I mean, we could, if we draw things, we could play them, but we still have to draw things. I kind of want to keep this. Oh my god, I'm gonna keep it. Sacred Foundry pass. I've got to fix. Alright. I just want to fix my mouse. Just let me fix my mouse. Yes, I know Synapse is not running. We'll refresh. We'll see if that helps. Nope, not yet. My keys on the side of my mouse, they're not working. And it's most vexing. Alright, I wouldn't mind getting another blue source down. I'm going to Defiant Strike here. Draw a card. I mean, if I get a 10th district, I might play it. He's Grixis, so now I'm going to definitely hold off one more turn before I play the Dreadhorde Arcanist, because I definitely want to be able to keep up that dive down for the Arcanist. We'll see. Anyone have MCQs coming up? You have one on the 5th. Whoa, there we go. Are we back to working? Come on. Yay, there's my device. Still not working. We gotta go to the other default. Is he just 3 mana passing here? Let's try this. Oh my goodness, it works. Alright, cool. Uh, sorry, technical difficulties. My buttons work now. So now I might want to point his removal at the Dreadhorde Arcanist instead of at the Adanto Vanguard. We'll see. Maybe I should have left open a red. In hindsight, I should have left open a red for sure. Well, okay, he got me on that. Feather off the top would be just so lovely. So I did that for a while. I won PPTQs in 2 back-to-back seasons. One year that I was in Arizona, I chased all the PPTQs. I played like 12 or 13 PPTQs in 2 seasons, and it was pretty nice. Oh no, he got me. It's all right. Adanto Vanguard beatdown is a thing. It is a thing, ladies and gentlemen. How many feathers on the deck? 4. We run the deck runs 4 mainboard feathers. We've been keeping some pretty bad hands, and the deck has still just been performing. I mean, we're also playing against the type of people you would play at your local FNM. So I mean, who knows? If we'd been coming up against like Sultai or Bant, we might not have had that luck. But yeah. All right. So, big question for you guys. And I'm pretty sure that I'm just going to continue doing it anyway. But what do you guys think about continuing to run Dev's decks? I know that in one of his recent videos he said something along the lines of that he was going to have to start doing gameplay or his channel was going to die, but I don't know if that was because I just recently haven't been around, or like what the actual deal is there. But if you guys are still wanting Dev's decks, then I will start on that. Also, I have a lot more time than I previously. I wish it would do 4 damage to target creature, and then 4 damage to target creature we control. Oh, so Jeff Moore's like play them anyway. That's true. I mean, there's no rules saying that I can't play someone's deck. I mean, Magic's kind of built around playing decks. I mean, it's called net decking for sure. Man, this is horrible now. Give me a feather or 10th district. Alright, well, we'll pass the turn. Can't both play the same decks, especially when it happens all the time anyway. Right. Fair enough. Fair enough. Oh no, and now it's happening. I got to show you guys a new intro that I've been working on. For a little while there, I was thinking that I wasn't going to be able to stream, and I didn't know how long it was going to be before I could get it fixed, because this house was built in the 60s. Oh, Bolus is going to eat this Gideon alive. Yep, this is gonna be lovely. Anyway, the more you, okay, so most of you are like just keep playing them, right? All right. Well, I think we're gonna scoop this up. I'm not gonna fight against the. He didn't even have to use. We didn't even have to use the bolus. So we'll definitely continue playing the Devs decks. I've always enjoyed playing them, and I started playing them because I played them personally anyway. Like I had a manatraders account, so I could rent all the cards like I do now, and I would always build them and play them anyway. So I think I want some vetoes. I don't think I want Reckless Rage at all. I don't want Ryle, which means I've got room for 2 more cards. I think they're... I want this. I want it. I want it. I'll take out a Gird for battle. Gird. Oh my Gird. We'll keep. We'll run. We'll run like this. But yeah. All right. Been waiting for me to play Deb's Mardu Aristocrat stack. Okay. So I need to get on going back over some of these decks, huh? Oh my god. It's still too good to not keep. Oh. This land. It's going to be the end of me. It's going to be the end of me. You may do a Debs deck here and there when you have them on Arena as well. The one you did do is one of your top videos. Awesome, awesome. I've got to I got to play Dreadhorde Arcanist. What am I doing? I don't know if Dreadhorde was right there or not. Discovery? Okay. Well, I mean, we can hold up Dovin's veto and maybe protect Dreadhorde, but I may also just want to get this Gideon down. I think that he's gonna have some like Angrath's Rampage. Yeah, that screams slam this Gideon. Might as well take lifelink, right? We're not worried about blocking. We're not worried about any of those things. So yeah. I've got to get, like, now that I've got some recording software, I was going to talk about that a moment ago, that when I... disinformation campaign? Really? I'll get rid of Gideon. Anyway, oh, I've got to do this, don't I? I mean, I guess I can just cast it here. We'll make a dude. Target artifact you control becomes a copy of another target artifact you control. Except, alright, so that's no good. Alright, probably should have used his ability. Sheltering Light. We did draw some cards, though. No point using Saheeli. Yeah, hold up double veto next turn. Seems legit. Did I used him, didn't I? I did not. I still don't think I used him. I get rid of Sheltering Light. Because Sheltering Light just makes it indestructible anyway. So we can go Gideon's indestructible anyway, so we'll select this, make it indestructible, move to combat, swing, swing, swing. Sheltering light on the one that's swinging, because it'll make another dude. A Danto? I think we put Danto on the bottom. Right? I mean, if he's blocking with Bolus here, we're not in the worst position in the world. Time to take the dogs out. Gotcha, gotcha. I was trying to talk about something, then I got just distracted. Veto you. Game over. Alright. Game 3. Did we change anything? Is there anything I didn't like about what I've seen in my hands? I think I liked everything. I may actually want these lava coils just to be able to deal with Bolus. Maybe they're better than Sheltering Light. Maybe it's better than Gird for battle. We'll go with lava coil. We'll take out a Sheltering Light and a Gird for battle. Anyway, I thought I wasn't going to be able to stream, so I got some recording equipment, right? And the big one is some software for editing and things like that. If we draw things, if we draw spells, this hand will be great. So now that I have some, Alex is like, I got you. I'm going to keep you on track. We're going to get through this thought. But now that I got some equipment, I should be able to edit videos a little bit better. You'll notice that we got a new cam, that sort of thing. So I'm looking forward to you know, what we're going to be able to do in the future for the channel. The big one is just I'm going to have so much more time now. So I'll be able to work on projects, so we can do like the evening streams, and we're going to be able to do projects. I was originally going to try to play some different games, maybe spread my maybe spread out my my content or something like that. But at this point, I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I think we're just going to, you know, keep everything Magic, and I'm just going to use the new time to just put more Magic content out. I've always wanted to be able to like stream like all the decks or something like that, and I haven't done that, you know, yet for a season. So I am kind of interested in maybe trying to just stream like every good deck. Boy, that'd make him feel good, wouldn't it? We just slammed another Danto Vanguard. So if he takes the Danto Vanguard, is that because he doesn't have an answer for it? I mean, if I just Sulfur Falls here and just crack him in the face for 2, that 2 is ours, right? Like, that happened. And I can technically come in like tapped and then a Danto Vanguard next turn. This way I don't have to pay the life, but I'm not really worried about paying life against like this Crixus deck right now anyway. You did not notice that because you cannot see the camera. You can't see the camera. Oh. Well, I was hoping that maybe I would notice like better quality, but apparently it's not. Maybe, I don't know. Whatever. It's been a while since you've seen a video, so I'll take the hit on that one. Dare 2 for Magic and that's true. I mean, I could just do certain decks or certain days where I put out some Magic content. Wow, he's down to 2 cards. This is good. This is good. Alright, I'm going to play the Sacred Foundry. I'm not going to pay for it. Could have played the Hollow Fountain and left open a blue, or like just paid for it and just leave open blue. And be like, wham, now what? So now he's got to deal with this. Thanks, Alex. You're awesome, man. Message retracted. What pop culture? You and noticing things don't go well. Unless it's in whatever. We're gonna pay this. Pay the life for the blue. Just bluff it. Just bluff the dive down. That was accidental. Gotcha, dude. Well, thank everyone for coming out tonight. I was happy to actually be able to stream earlier. Sir Eccles, how you doing? Welcome to the stream. So far so good. From what I can see, I haven't been losing any. I'm showing 0% dropped frames. Oh, damn it. He didn't care about my bluff. My dive down bluff did nothing to him. Alright, whatever. Come on. 2 good cards. Those are pretty good. I think I can get rid of a steam vent so we can... I mean, I guess it's technically better... No. It's more damage if I play Gideon, right? Alright, well, here we go. Lamp broke. Okay. Lamp is not like broke, okay? Just severely mangled, okay? I don't know if you know it or not, but in order to transport a lampshade, it ain't easy. And when that lampshade has no structure and kind of just falls apart, you know, it ain't easy. Anyway, Lamp did not do well in the trip. We're gonna see what we can do though. We're gonna get Lamp back in shape. I'll have to unbend some magic cards, maybe apply some new rings. I build it. I can revive it, I guess. But anyway, I mean, I guess I can always put it right here where the printer is, so Lamp would be there. Still want to put my Iron Man poster up on the wall. So, you know, a little bit of memorabilia. Let's play this. We'll give it lifelink. We'll get our life total back up there, right? So we've got some Planeswalkers down. We've got 10th District Legionnaire down. I mean, we're coming at him. We've got him on a 3-turn clock. We'll see. You gotta make separate Lamp trips. That's right. We gotta make one trip just for Lamp. That's not completely out of the question. Any non-creature spell will be great here because we can turn a creature into like Gird for battle. Oh, the Gird would be great. Or Defiant Strike would be great. I said any. That was not what I was looking for, but it might just be what I needed. We'll see. I mean, he has been so stuck on land forever, but he's drawing cards. Uh-oh. I guess here comes Bolus, and then Bolus makes me discard. Veto's so good. Doesn't stop old Bolas. We took the Reckless Rages out, didn't we? Yeah. Or I did. The Tier 1 Jank's fault. He took the Reckless Rages out. Got a Lava Coil, though, right? Okay, well, we will simply pass the turn. Ask and you shall receive. Um, we can rebuild him. We have the technology. There's an MTG poster on camera. Got him! He thought erasured us. Got him! Always your fault, right? We used to, I don't know if you guys rated World of Warcraft much back in like BC. This is not bad. Do we just give it indestructible? I mean, if I swing, he just blocks, right? Whatever. You barely played during BC. Well, what I was going to say was we had this guy. His character was ex-monkey, and he was always messing up the raids, right? Like to the point where the raid leader was like, "Monkey, oh my God, like you've wiped us again," and just constantly. And then one day, the raid leader he just starts yelling. He's like, "Monkey, what did you do?" Monkey wasn't even in the raid. So it became this like meme in our yeah, I guess it was a meme. We wouldn't call memes back then, but it became a meme that's brutal in our community that we blame Monkey for everything. And when you would join the Ventrilo, one of the particular channels that you could join said, "I blame Monkey." And then later, like years later, we got another Ventrilo, and it said, "I still blame Monkey." So it was just one of those things for me. And now our current monkeys, I blame Jank. I just blame Jank for everything. Like, I guess there's no point in holding on to this land now that he knows about it. Go get him, Gids. Like, the only reason I was holding on to it was in case I draw the other chart, of course, I could actually discard something to it without having to attack. Whatever. Maybe I shouldn't have played it. Maybe I should have stuck on that plan. I mean, our opponent's got to be a little bit worried here, though. I guess not anymore. Enter the God Eternal. Enter the God Eternals is a pretty busted card. Oh my goodness. We're the only named planeswalkers who died in the war, and the rest were a bunch of NPCs essentially. Gideon, Domri, and Dak. Right. So I don't know how Domri died. I know Dak died in the beginning. Gideon died saving Liliana, right? How did Domri die? Spoiler alert: Domri died. Yeah, I can't believe they killed Chad. Domri is literally being killed in Spark. Oh, is he? Is he being killed in that video? we need we need things. One of those needs to like start with being lava coil. We'll see. Oh, I guess I should play it because he's just gonna make me discard it if I don't. Disinformation campaign. So I need like exactly lava coil so I can kill the bolus, make a dude, block the army, and then I need him to not have anything. Yeah. Yay! All right. Well, Grixis gave us a heck of a fight there. Um, Show me on the doll where the Gruul player hurt you. That's so messed. Uh, Alright. So, all in all, hopefully you guys in one of those games got to at least see some of the power of Feather. Um, the deck can be beat. I was saying that this felt like an electrostatic pummeler deck, but then again, I kind of forgot about the Jeskai Auras deck that Jim Davis was running not too long ago. This deck actually feels a lot like the Jeskai Auras deck, and that's mainly because like you're putting so much emphasis on this one threat, and then trying to survive with that threat. So I mean, I like the Feather plan. Feather is just a ton of value. It's good tech. The Dreadhorde Arcanist has to die. If it starts swinging, crazy things start happening, especially if you start pairing it with a Feather or pairing it with a 10th District Legionnaire. It's just going to grow and grow and grow. Adanto Vanguard, really that card that just hammers everything home. Gideon giving us an ability to attack from a different angle, come out of somewhere else. But yeah, it's definitely your heroic deck. You old heroic deck. So yeah, it feels a lot like that. The deck's a lot of fun. I highly recommend that if you're a manatraders user and you can rent cards, you pull the cards, go play it a little bit. Play this, play the Naya version. There's a Mardu version floating around. Pick that up. There's a Boros version floating around. Pick that up. Find the version that suits your playstyle. I personally like the one with blue in it for the dive down, so I went that route. I've been playing around with the deck for a few days now while I was like in between trying to fix my PC and things. But it's been a lot of fun. I don't think that I'll actually play this deck for the season or any Feather deck for the season for that matter. Alright, I know some of you Feather lovers are going to... Man, I'm going to get in trouble for that statement. Are going to be like, oh, come on. Like, it's a good deck. It is. And if someone was a much better pilot with it than I am, then you might be able to definitely do some good top 8 every weekend at your local F&M, which I consider doable with any good tier 1.5 deck or better in the hands of a decent player. So if you're a decent player and you want to play Feather, by all means pick one of the lists that suit you and play it. I definitely think the deck will set somewhere around tier 1.5 or possibly even fall down into tier 2 range. But as of right now, it did put up quite a few different results, so I'm not going to write the Feather decks out of the equation yet, mainly just because we're still early in the format. There's multiple variants of the deck. All of those, like a lot of those variants, showed up in the top 32 at Richmond. So yeah, that says something for the Feather archetype, if you will, or the heroic archetype. So I would expect to see some variant eventually like work its way to the top, saying that this is the proven better variant when the meta's in this flux. Whereas, the meta may shift in the future, and we may all say, hey, you need to be playing the Naya version because of some card. It might be Giant Growth or something like that. Will do the job, and I think that's just really going to depend on how many cards that Dive Down will save you from that Giant Growth won't save you from, or something like that. So as the meta evolves, I definitely think there's going to be some room for Feather. So um, I. I like the deck, and I think we'll be seeing some of it float around in the future. But for those of you that want to play it, it's a great deck. I highly recommend, having some fun with it. It's a ton of fun, and some of the things you get back, some of the ways that you can make your opponent do things, and then you get those cards back. It's great. So definitely give it a try. So. That being said, that's going to be the end of this particular portion of the stream. I do got a couple extra little things that I wanted to just kind of sit and talk to the chat. Those of you that are here for a few moments. So Boros Feather is greater than 3-color Feather. So the problem I had with Boros Feather was actually that I couldn't protect my creatures. Sheltering Light's good, but sometimes you need to be able to protect those Adanto Vanguards from Moment of Craving, and Sheltering Light's not going to do that. There's a lot of Cry of the Carnarium floating around. The Esper decks and stuff like that can all kill your Adanto Vanguards, and Adanto Vanguard's one of the most powerful cards in the deck. So I really like the Dive Down. So I don't necessarily know that I can agree with the Boros Feather deck being the best of the three of the Feather decks. Maybe the most consistent, which a lot of times consistency does equal best. But in my opinion, the Jeskai's the best, and that's why I brought that particular variant of it out for you guys today. Movable cards, if you don't like Ryle, you could get rid of it. You could change it out for something else. Shock, Lightning Strike, something like that might be really good. So that's why Boros Feather doesn't play Adanto, to your knowledge. Fair enough. Fair enough. Anyway, that's gonna be it for the Feather part. Wanted to try to show you guys something. I'm really proud of it. Right? It's my first piece of editing that I've ever done, and my wife will pick at me for and say, you had to go show your friends, didn't you? So I'm gonna turn off the music here, and then let's pull this over. See if we can do this. We'll go down to nope. We're gonna do this. All right. So why is that like that? Are we zoomed in? Because of music. Bam, done. All right, so check this out. I was playing around with War of the Spark. We will. It's Bolus. It's Bolus. It's Bolus. Anyway. This is the new intro that I built. All right. Anyway, I figured if the Marvel intro was good with comic books, I thought maybe the stained glass would look really good. So it's loud. Very sorry. I'll turn it down some. There we go. You dig it? Awesome. Thanks, guys. So sinister with the mono black skull logo at the end there. Right. I loved it. It kind of lined up with the circle of Bolus's wings and everything. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't realize how much work went into creating multi-layer projects. having to bounce layers and things like that, making video, and then like making one little segment, like making just the letters, and then like saving that, and then bringing that back in, adding that as a new layer, and then working on. I did not realize all the work that it takes to create like effects and things like that. I knew it was a lot of work, but it was way it was way harder than I thought. So that fade out with the black there, that's the I think it's a reverse J cut is what it's supposed to be called, so that I can overlap that fading music with the thumbnail of a recorded stream or recorded video or something. So we would go from that intro, that black would be replaced by a thumbnail right on. It's 7 second. It'd be 10 seconds of an intro, 7 seconds of the thumbnail. Music would be gone. Bam, straight into the video. I think like most tell you that it needs to stay like well below 20 seconds for everything. But maybe I could just cut that off or cut that fade out. So all these things are doable. So we'll toy around with it. So that's where you say, all right, all right, all right. That's right. That's exactly right. Anyway, so I'm glad you guys like that. But I've got some more stuff available to us, so maybe we play around with the channel a little bit. For now, though, it is going to stay 100% magic, 90% magic, right? 90% magic. We may do something on a Saturday or something like that. Just play something different from time to time. But yeah, that's all I've got for now, guys. I hope you all had fun. I know I had a lot of fun. Don't forget to go check out Devs Decks. I'm going to get back over there and start pulling some Devs Decks. We'll start playing some Devs Decks. Hopefully, starting next week, we'll get around to some meta coverage and things as we see the development of the new meta. It's given me a little bit more time to get back into the games. I've watched all 16. Yeah, that's right. I've had a little time on my hands. I watched all 16 rounds. I think it was only 16 rounds of Richmond. Everything that I could get available. So I am watching what the pros are doing. I was watching parts of the Magic Players League, which is also great. I actually like that new content by it's Magic the Gathering Esports, their new YouTube channel. You need to check them out. Because it's going to be the 32 great players. 31. Yuya, why? Tanabe. Anyway, I that broke my heart. He was one of my absolute favorite Japanese Magic players, but now allegedly, we'll leave it at that. Anyway, thank you all very much for having me back. And I expect that we can do a lot more here in the future. So nice to see me back, and nice to get into brewing. Rocker, absolutely. For the rest of you, yeah, Sub Sundays will be back on, that sort of thing. Jank, I will see if I can, like, I've got to find it, but I think it's on the Wizards of the Coast website. So you can check it out there. I'm pretty sure it's on the Wizards of the Coast website. So yeah, that's everything. Like I know I rambled on for like ever, but you guys have been great. Thank you all so much for coming out. Stay awesome. See you soon.